Hello everyone and good evening po sa ating lahat. Today is Monday once again, October 25, 2021 and as usual dito ulit tayo sa ating StockWentuhan na kung saan kung ano-ano naman yung mga pag-uusapan natin. Ano? Pero usually may mga topics naman tayong nakukuha sa during the live stream and hopefully makarami tayo for today. Ayan, sige. So, since kakastart pa lang naman natin, no, let's wait for a few more minutes. Siguro maybe 1 to 2 more minutes, no, para lang maka-join in yung mga ibang gustong mag-participate, no, dito sa ating stock kwentuhan. Ika nga. And syempre, while we are waiting for those, batiin ko muna no, yung mga kasama natin dito. As early as 7:50, Jewy, hello sa iyo and good evening. Amalia, blessed evening. YouTube watcher, good evening sa iyo. Rowena, Airborne RLN, good evening sa iyo. Hello sir. Lenore, good evening. Oliver, magandang gabi. Di Merehildo, good evening. Karen, Josh, good evening. Happy Monday. Cesar, hello sa iyo and good evening. Ruby, hello din. Ayan. Okay, sige. So, antay-antay lang tayo ng konti ano para lang medyo makarami tayo dun sa mga viewers natin and then we will be starting up. Okay? Dito muna tayo para batiin yung mga kasama natin, no. Hello Heidi. It is worthy. Tama? Hindi ko alam kung tama yung pagkaka-pronounce ko ng pangalan mo. Louie, hello sa iyo and good evening. Julius, good evening. Ayan. Sige. It's already 8:06, no? Team DC Works, good evening po. Ayan. Sige. Gusto ko na makasimula tayo kasi I think mapapahaba na naman yung ating kwentuhan ngayon dahil karamihan ng magiging topic natin actually today is about SGP, no? So, alam naman natin na nag-declare na sila ng kanilang FOO. So, yun yung pag-uusapan natin ngayong araw na to. Or at least, majority of that. Ayan. Okay. Sige. So, for the meantime, no, para lang makapag-start tayo ng maayos dito, technical check muna tayo. Okay? So, if maayos naman yung lahat, naririnig ako ng walang problema at nakikita niyo no, na working naman yung video natin, then please, pa-type naman ako number 5. Okay? Number 5 muna tayo. No? Para ma-check ko. Kung halimbawa merong mga technical issues, then we can make some adjustments, no? Ayan. Okay, ayun. Maraming salamat sa mga nag-number 5. Ang dami na nila. Sige. So, with that, let us proceed. Nasaan na yung ano ko? Ayan. Okay, sige. So, once again, hello sa inyong lahat and good evening. Doon sa mga bago pa lang dito sa StockWentuhan, this is a regular show here at StockSilog kung saan nagla-live stream tayo both Facebook and YouTube. Every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays at around 8 p.m. Dito pinag-uusapan natin yung mga special topics, Q&A, and of course, stock reviews. Okay? So kung baguhan ka man or experienced na trader, you'll definitely learn something here. Ulit-ulitin ko pong i-mention ito. Remember everything na pinag-uusapan natin on this session are not recommendations. Hindi po ako nagbibigay ng reco. Everything na mapagdidiskusyon na natin dito are for research purposes only. Okay? So, remember ikaw pa rin ang pipindot ng buy or sell button. So, please think before you click. And of course, if you find this type of session helpful, please consider following our social media accounts, especially sa YouTube, no? Wherein I'll be posting yung mga timestamp natin mamaya para dun sa inyo na kung hindi matatapos o kaya gusto nyong reviewin ulit yung mga pinag-usapan natin dito, madali ninyo siyang ma-check sa YouTube video natin dahil may karagdagang timestamp na doon. So, di ba? Para at least mas mabilis. Okay? And syempre, please share the stream na rin para hopefully mas marami tayong matulungan. Okay? And then, of course, dun sa mga bago and sa mga luma talaga, no? Pero yeah, yung mga matatagal na dito, you already know this. Pero kung bago ka pa lang, remember we are using Slido. dito sa ating session, no? Wherein dito natin kinukuha yung mga topics na mapag-uusapan natin. Okay? So, just go to Slido, tapos participant code is StockSilog, and then you will be brought to that itong window na to, no, where you can post your questions and yung stock request. Okay? I'll try to post yung ito. Yan. Para doon sa mga questions. Yan. Questions lang muna, no? And then mamaya we will proceed with the stock request. Okay? So, ayan, para mas madali. Okay, now next. So, moving on. Ayan. So far now we have about 8 questions na nandito. And actually karamihan dito, I was able to review this one as early as around 5 PM kanina. And napansin ko, no, karamihan ng questions dito are about the FOO ng SGP. Okay, so kaya I decided, sabi ko, sige, let's talk about SGP para at least alam natin, no, kung ano nga ba pwedeng gawin dito, or kung may play ba talaga siya, or kung wala. Okay, so ayan, sige. Ganto gagawin natin. I'll try to discuss first what the offer is, no, yung offer muna. Pagkatapos, we'll go from there. Okay? Since usapang SGP naman tayo. Okay? So, let me try and proceed here. I-set up ko lang, mabilisan lang. Teka ha. Saan na yung... Kasi gusto kong magsimula doon sa summary eh. Saan ka na? Yun, ito, summary of offer. Ito yung hinahanap ko kanina kasi sabi ko, para mas mapabilis tayo. Ha? Just give me maybe 30 seconds. May hinahanap lang akong specific na ano. Okay. Ayan. And then, let me bring the other side here. Got it. Nagwala na naman. Okay. Sige. Saan pa tayo? Okay, sige, let us start, no. So first of all, Synergy Grid and Development Philippines, or SGP, no. So ito yung mag-FOO ngayon. Saan na yung ano ko? Ayan. Post ko na rin yan dito, no. Ayan. So para may quick ano lang tayo, no. Ayan. So, follow-on offering yung mangyayari kay SGP. Ibig sabihin ng follow-on offering is that meron na silang, nasa market na sila, pero magbibigay pa sila ng, or magbibenta pa sila ng mga additional shares sa market, no? So, with this one, the offer share is roughly about 1.154 billion shares. No, nahati ito sa dalawa. We have the primary share, 105 or 1.05 billion. And then secondary share na nasa 101 million shares lang. Okay? Now, offer price. Kanina, hindi kanina, nung Friday, it has been announced na nasa 12 pesos per share na lang sila. No? Now, dito medyo maraming contention dahil karamihan was nag-aabang doon sa around 15 to 25 pesos per share, no? Which was originally brought by SGP. previously. But then, nung in-announce yung final pricing, naging 12 pesos na lang siya. So, there are a lot of kumbaga confusion doon sa part na yon dahil ang laki nung binaba, no? From 25 pesos maximum, biglang offer siya, naging 12 na lang. Okay? So, dito nagkakaroon ng tanong is, bakit kaya ganun kalaki yung binagsak ng presyo? Dahil ba konti lang yung interested dito kay SGP, no? So those are something that we really cannot answer directly, no? Kasi syempre it's only the book runners and the company, no? Sila lang yung nakakaalam kung ano yung naging kanilang criteria, no? Kung bakit nila binaba yung presyo to 12 pesos. Okay? Now, wait lang hindi ko pa yata na-update to, sorry. Please disregard itong part na to. Hindi yan yun. Hindi ko pa na-update. Kasi as in, 15 minutes prior to this, no, dun lang ako gumawa nito. Ayan. Okay? Now, use of proceeds. Subscribe, they plan, no? So, si SGP, they plan to subscribe yung amount na makukuha nila dito sa follow-on offering na to subscribe to a non-voting preferred share to be issued by NGCP, which the management said na it can yield to up to 5%. Okay? And then dividend policy, there is no guarantee. Pero if there is, it's possible na up to 100% dividend ratio. Okay? Hindi dividend yield dividend ratio. Okay? Now, kung mapapansin ninyo, ang dami ng mga ifs, ang dami ng mga contingency, di ba? Na involved doon sa gagawin dito kay Synergy. Okay? Now, isa sa mga question actually na napansin ko, saan 'yan? Ayan. Isa sa napansin ko dito, ito, sabi rito, ano po yung tingin ninyo sa FOO ng SGP? Now, ang pakiwari ko dito is it is asking me personally kung anong gagawin ko. No? Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? Okay? Now, I'd like to take that na agad, no? Para paumpisa pa lang, mawala na natin agad siya or masagot na natin siya agad. No? Okay, so for me, this FOO ni SGP is quite complicated. Napaka-komplikado niya, no? Even if simple lang siya kung titingnan mo on papers, pero the number of factors na kailangan mong i-consider para dito sobrang komplikado for me, no? Despite the fact na nagigets ko naman siya, no, in its entirety. Okay, mamaya I'll explain why. Okay, now will I be buying into this FOO ni SGP? To be honest, hindi pa ako 100% na sold on this one, no? Kasi nga sabi ko sa inyo, masyadong komplikado. There is a good chance na baka hindi. Okay? Pero if I do, then I'll share to you kung ano yung gagawin ko. Okay? Kung ano yung magiging play ko sa kanya. Okay? If I do. Okay? So, yun yung if then. Ayan. Okay? So, having said that, let me try and check. Now let's try to talk about SGP. No, so sino ba si SGP? Para at least you have a clear picture, no, kung sino nga ba to or kung how does it really work. Okay, so I like this one. Ito yung binigay ng call. Ayan. So basically, ito rin yun yung pinag-usapan natin kanina. Ayan. So magbibigay sila offer 1.154 billion. Blah 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 blah, up to 5%. Ayan. So you can, dun sa mga may hawak ng call or dun sa mga merong access sa call financial, you can review this one. This was posted kanina umaga, I think. No? So ayan. Let's start here. So company description, no? Synergy Development Corp is a holding company whose sole operating asset is the NGCP or the National Grid Corporation of the Philippines. It owns about 40% of it through its subsidiary Taipan Holdings and Pacifica Holdings. So parehas na tig 40%. Okay? Now, what is interesting, ayoko nang basahin to sa inyo dahil you can read it on your own, no? Pero siguro I'll just share some tidbits, no, kung bakit ito interesting for some select investors. Okay? And for some na hindi. Excuse me. And so, bakit siya interesting? Teka, let me, ayan. So, magsusulat ako, no? So, the company is SGP. Okay? And as mentioned doon sa write-up ng Call Financial, it is a holding company, no? Na ang only asset, nag-iisa lang niyang asset is actually the 40%, no? The 40% stake kay NGCP. Okay? Now, why is this I'll give you tidbits, no? Ano bang ginagawa ni NGCP and bakit siya interesting for some? Okay? So NGCP based here it is the country's nationwide transmission network that connects power generators to power distribution companies. Okay? Tatagalogin natin kung anong ibig sabihin nito. Okay. So, ang ibig sabihin nito, remember, there is what we call, yan, we have the power generation company. Okay? And then, we also have the power distribution. Huwag nyo nang pansinin yung wrong spelling ko dito, ha? Yan. Power generation company, these are the companies like Aboitiz Power, FGen, DMC, SEC, ayan. They generate power. Sila yung nagmamanufacture ng power. Okay? Now, for that to be transmitted, no? So, merong nangyayari na transmittal between, ayan, going to distribution companies. Ano mga distribution companies? Number one, Meralco. Okay? Meralco is not a power generation company, but it is a power distribution company. Sila ang nagdi-distribute ng kuryente natin dito sa Metro Manila at sa mga karatig bayan. Okay? So, ayan. Now, for the power na na-generate dito, to go to the power distribution company, they need the transmission. Yan. Okay? And this is the value of NGCP. Okay? Now, why is this interesting? Kasi NGCP ang may hawak ng transmission ng buong Pilipinas. They have the monopoly of the transmission sa buong Pilipinas. That's why it's very interesting. Okay? So, yun yung pinakakwento, nung connection between SGP and NGCP. Okay? So, now, let's go to the offer. Since I hope malinaw 'yun, Yan. Let's put it this way, no. So, I'll state something na yung mga nakita ko ng mga magaganda about this offer, no, or about the company itself, no, of SGP and NGCP. Yeah. So, we have the good and then we have the not so good. Yan, para at least clear tayo diyan. Okay. So, first of all, bakit siya good? Kasi NGCP has the monopoly of the transmission. Okay? It has the monopoly of the transmission. Which means, syempre, no, this is something na, kumbaga, if you are on the business world and you are looking for something to invest in, you are, major investors are usually look for anong mga companies dito yung merong monopolyo nung isang asset. Kasi kapag monopolyo mo na siya, then technically wala kang kalaban. All the proceeds, all the profits goes to that company. And that's huge. Okay? Next, number 2. Almost guaranteed ang earnings. Almost hindi lagi, pero at least almost guaranteed. Why? Kasi kay NGCP, going back here, no? Yan. The revenues is determined by the ERC's PBR system. Okay? It is highly regulated, no, by the ERC or Energy Regulatory Commission under the EPIRA law. So PBR is performance-based regulation system. This means even if, let's say even if power generation company are not generating power, or the distributors like Meralco, nagka-problema sila doon sa distribution nila sa Manila, yung kita ni NGCP is almost guaranteed. Okay? Kasi every time there is this transmission charge na nangyayari, no? And yun yung inaaprubahan ni ERC. Even before the end of the year, alam na ni NGCP kung magkano ang kita niya. Dahil it's almost automatic. Okay? Actually, nakikita natin yan if you guys are in Manila or under kayo ng Meralco. So, Meralco bill. Yan. Ayun, ito. Not sure kung nakikita ninyo siya, ha. Kaya ko siyang lakihan. Ayan, ito. Ayan. This transmission, this is NGCP. Okay? About 8% of what we pay is on the transmission. Okay? So, ayan yan. Next, what else? The last one, no, na masasabi ko na something good about this offer is yung disparity, no? Yung disparity between the market price and the FOO price. This is good. And I think, no, if there is something good about this offer, I think that this is it. Why? Kasi kung mapapansin natin again, no, asan yun? So, SGP. Imagine how big this is. Currently, nasa 395 yung shares niya. And then, ang offer price ng FOO is how much? 12 pesos. Yung disparity between the two is sobrang laki. No? Just measuring that up. And that is about almost 96%. No? Na discount. Almost 96% discount, no? Based on its current price. Okay? So that means, no, yung mga bibili pa lang, imagine, andito na yan. Yun nga lang, hindi niyo napapansin yung movement ng price, yung movement ng price niya ngayon dahil currently SGP is on trading suspension. Okay? Nakasuspend si SGP right now. Why? Dito tayo papasok kung bakit sila nag-offer ng FOO. Okay? And that is because of what we call, saan ko ilalagay? Dito na lang. Public float. Public float. Kailangan tama ang spelling ko dito. Ang pangit pagka hindi ko na itama yung spelling nito. Okay? So, ayan. Ito ang dahilan kung bakit nagkaroon ng offer. Okay? Why? Kasi currently, SGP's public float is around 0.25%. Which is way below, no? It is way below doon sa minimum ni PSE. Okay? How much ba ang minimum ni PSE? By the way, ang ibig ko sabihin by minimum ng PSE, that means yun yung kailangan na public float para manatili ka doon sa PSE, para maging public company ka pa rin. Below that public float level, dalawa lang yan. Either you will be offering more shares para maiangat yung public float mo or magpapadelist ka. Okay? Now, for SGP, they wanted to comply kasi kailangan pa rin nila maging public company. And that's why they are offering. Yeah. So that's why they are offering etong FOO. Okay? So, ayun. I hope that is clear regarding dito kay SGP. Now, what is the not so good? As I have mentioned kanina nung pauna ko, nung sinabi ko kung ano yung concern ko about SGP, I think I find it too complicated. Okay, masyado pa siyang komplikado para sa akin, Why? Kasi kung mapapansin natin dito, let me go back dito Asan na yung use of proceeds nila? Ayan. Okay, so the gross proceeds from the offering of the primary, hindi yan, huwag yan. Ayan. The net proceeds of the FOO will be used by SGP to subscribe to a non-voting preferred share to be issued by NGCP. Anong ibig sabihin nito, Kasi remember when we talk about shares, technically, we have the common shares, Ito yung mga normal, common shares, and then we have preferred shares. Yeah, technically yun lang pala, common and preferred shares. Ang madalas natin na tina-trade sa market ay common shares, Kunwari, when we talk about ASEN, usually ang pinag-uusapan natin dyan, hindi lang natin mini-mention, pero it is common shares. Okay? Pero itong kay SGP, yung kanyang magiging FOO will just to buy the non-voting preferred share ni NGCP. So basically, SGP is just buying into the preferred share. Don't get me wrong, SGP still owns 40% of NGCP. Now, by acquiring this one, yung 40% na yun hindi tataas. It will still be 40%, Kung halimbawang ikaw ay bibili ng, or kung meron kang hawak na SGP, you are a shareholder, you are not actually buying into NGCP. You are just buying into the preferred share nung NGCP. Which means, pagdating sa preferred share, kasi ang labanan dito is the dividends lang naman Diba? And sabi nila, the yield is roughly at around 5%, which is not really interesting, if you ask me. Medyo may kaliitan yan. Hindi medyo, maliit yan, for a preferred share. I would rather go into REITs or dun sa mga strong dividend players natin if you'll just give me 5%. Okay? So kita nyo yung complication, ang dami ng di ba? And because of that, syempre, i-add ko na rin dito yung part na yon. So that non-voting preferred shares. That is something that I'm not really a fan of. Ano kung kinonvert nila into a common stock? That would be very interesting. Okay? Now, what else? Siguro yung pangatlo ko dito, there is no clear value. No clear value. Okay? Ano ibig sabihin dito? Walang, asan na yan? Ito. Remember that SGP is just doing the FOO not because kailangan ng expansion ni NGCP. Okay? Hindi yon. It's not a purpose. The only purpose of the FOO technically is kailangan nila to. Kailangan nilang i-increase yung public float. That's the only reason. So, anong gagawin nila dun sa pera? Well, syempre, ito yung medyo tricky na part, Kasi, yung perang makukuha on the proceeds, Okay? We'll go to NGCP. Pero ano gagawin ni NGCP doon? No clue. Well, meron silang nilagay. Don't get me wrong. Saan na yun? Use of proceeds. Ayan. Ay, wala na pala dito. Ay, hindi pala nila. Nabasa ko yung kanina eh. Right about page here. Hindi ko kabisado yung yung mga pages. So, ano muna ako, pagpasensyahan nyo na, no? Ayan, I think ito yun. Ayan. Ang haba kasi. Sorry, hindi ko mahanap dito sa part na to. Okay. Pero sige, I'll use this one since ito rin naman yung magiging main point ko eh. This one. Again, my point here is hindi siya clear, no? Kung ano yung gagawin. With the company mentioning this one here, the intended use of proceeds of the offer may be delayed or may not materialize at all. Okay? So, ibig sabihin yan, pwedeng hindi mangyari. Pwedeng ma-delay talaga siya, no? Kung yung perang ginamit doon, pwede lang gamitin o pwedeng hindi. So, ano mangyayari lang doon? Wala, nakatenga lang. Capital lang nila yon. Kumbaga, just waiting, no? Just waiting for for what to happen next. Wala namang masama doon. Siyempre, that's still capital. Pero, for me, kung halimbawa I will be buying into the FOO, siguro naman I'd like the money to be used for something, no? Para kumbaga mapalaki ko yung company. Di ba? So yan, that's just me. Okay? So ayan. That is the main that's the main kumbaga logic behind my thinking about SGP's FOO. Okay? Now, kanina sinabi ko na despite those things, there is a potential play here kay SGP. Okay? Now that play is very I would say it is high risk, high reward. And I am talking about this one. Yan. Yung disparity. Okay? The disparity between the M price and the FOO price. Now, here's the thing though. This is only applicable if you don't own SGP yet. Kumbaga, bibili ka pa lang. Okay? Kasi, think about it. You are at current market price na nasa let's say 400 pesos. You are buying it at only 12 pesos. Ang laki nung change or ang laki nung drop. Ang laki ng disparity between the two. Diba? So, instant kita yung mga bibili dito sa FOO. Yun nga lang, syempre, wala namang guaranteed pagdating sa market natin, di ba? Pwede kang kumita, pwede kang hindi. Kasi, technically, because of the disparity between the two, ang PSE, napilitan sila na tanggalin ang floor price ni SGP on the listing date. Okay? Which means walang flooring si SGP on day 1 pag-list niya. Okay? For some, it can be good. For some, it's not good. No? Depende na lang on how you would see it. Okay? What I'm trying to say here is merong play because of yung laki ng disparity between the two, pero there is this also the risk dahil walang flooring. So this can even go down to 1 peso kung gusto niya or even lesser. That is the risk na pwedeng i-take nung mga gustong bumili ng FOO. Okay? In case you're wondering, how about the ceiling? Well, ceiling is still intact, no? 50% pa rin. So, yung flooring lang yung tinanggal. At least yung sinospend for the day one. Okay? Pero kung I am 99% sure hindi siya magsisiling. I'm 99% sure kasi ang laki eh, di ba? If you 50% of 400 is plus 200, di ba? So that means around 600 more. So masyadong malayo na yung possibility of that. But then the flooring, yun yung main issue here. Okay? So ayun. Actually that's basically it, no? Pagdating kay SGP. Was I able to answer most of your questions? I hope I did, no? Pero sige, let's go to the comment section. Let me go to the comment section muna, no? And then let's see. And I'll go to the ano tawag dun sa Slido natin to answer some of the questions that we have there. Sabi ni Robert dito, no? Sir, bakit mag-FO pa if guaranteed na income nila? Why do they need the public money? They don't need it. They just need to comply sa public float, which is at least 20% if I'm not mistaken. Okay? So yun, that's the only reason. Yung kailangan hindi max, it should be minimum. Tapos sabi ni Bida Choi, good PM, mag-a-appear din po ba sa PSEEC ang FOO ng SGP? Hindi ko kasi mahanap sa ngayon. Well, that's the thing, no? Nagulat ako, to be honest, no? Nagulat ako dito kasi usually FOOs are not yet ready sa PSEEC. Pero here's the thing. Nasaan na yun? Let me bring that up, no? According sa prospectus ng SGP, it will be available. Searching. Teka lang. Ayan. So, the trading participants, ayan. Retail offer shares shall be made available nationwide to the LSI through PSEEC. So, it seems they will be. Okay? It seems na they will be available doon sa PSEEC. Okay? O nga pala, no, hindi ko na mention kailan yung offer yung list yung offer list tawag doon? Offer dates. Offer date. Nandun din siya summary. Hindi ko na point out. Ba't wala? Ba naman yan? Summary. Ooh. Ito. So, it is going to be bagal na tuloy. Sana sinabi ko na siya kanina, di ba? Ayan. Okay. So, offer period is between tomorrow. So, October 26 up until November 2. And then, the listing date is kailan? Kailan ang listing date nito? Pala ko November 2. Pati ko makahanap. Nakakaalam ba? Ayun, okay. Thank you, David. November 10 daw, sabi ni David. Ayun, maraming salamat. Ayun. So, yan. Ano pa ba? So, etong kay Bida Choi, nasagot ko na yan. Angelo, I'll watch. Okay, sure. Does that mean that keepers will be most likely ang kasunod mo dyan is PSEC din, no? Depende. Again, no, as far as I know, PSEC is still exclusive for IPOs. Okay? IPOs pa rin ang bread and butter ng PSEC. Okay? It's just that nakalagay lang kasi sa prospectus nito. My only, kumbaga, yung nakikita ko lang clue dito is because originally hindi siya tinawag na FOO, but it's post IPO or re-IPO pala. Yun, sorry. Re-IPO just because of the term maybe, no? But I'm not sure. Kay Keeper kasi it's basically an FOO a full FOO. So I'm not sure. Okay? Let's wait for the prospectus and all the announcements. Tradable ba yung subscribe natin na FOO? Yes, it will be. Naka-suspend lang ngayon si SGP. Kaya hindi nyo siya natitrade ngayon. 26 to November 2, yes. That's correct. That is the offer dates, no? So actually marami na nga yung mga brokers ko nag-email na rin na ready na sila for para doon sa kung gustong mag subscribe, no, for the FOO. Okay, maraming salamat. Ayan, sige. So I think yun lang na may mga question dito about FOO, no, or sa SGP. Now let me go back doon sa natin. Saan yan? Yan. Okay. So I think this one na nasagot ko na to, no? Bakit hindi ko na siya ma-close? Hala? Dati natatanggal ko na siya eh. Hindi ko lang kung bakit. Dito na nga lang. Pahirapan eh. Okay. So, this one is done. Confirm po bang backdoor listing ni NGCP kay SGP? No. Hindi ko pa nababasa yan. I don't think so na merong backdoor listing. Okay? Kasi again, SGP is the holding company. Siya yung may-ari kay NGCP. Okay? And so far, wala pa nababalitaan na si NGCP yung mag-acquire kay SGP. Ito, sabi ni Anonymous, nangyari po ba ito before? 395 yung last price and then na-suspend tapos FOO or IPO is 12 lang. What will mostly happen? Okay. This is quite interesting ha. Sige. As far as I know, wala pa ako nakikita ang ganito. Merong mga parts na, for example, no, yung mga FOO previously nilang PHR, yun, yung mga yon. May disparity, no, between the market price and the FOO price. Pero not as big, no, like this one. Kasi this is what? Halos ilang beses, multiples tong yung difference nila, yung disparity nila sa dalawa, di ba? So kakaiba. Now, what will most likely happen? Uunahin ko na ha, we do not know what exactly will happen. Okay, hindi ko alam. Wala tayong bolang crystal doon. And this is something new for me also. Okay, so hindi ko ma-imagine sa ngayon kung ano yung likelihood ng magiging activity, no? Pero ito lang. Remember that SGP is a low value, no? Low traded value stock. Less than 100 trades lang ito even before. So just imagine, no, na for a non-moving stock tapos magkakaroon ng ganito, my inclination goes towards magkakaroon ng magandang volatility on the next maybe 1 to 2 weeks, no? Pero eventually magda-die down din yan, magno-normalize, ika nga, hihina ulit, no? Kasi the volatility here will just happen because of the FOO. After the FOO, wherein magno-normalize na lahat, most likely it will go back to to a very low volume kind of a trade. No? So, ayun. Ito, SGP FOO 12 hold suspended. What is the cause? Nasuspend si SGP dahil nag-drop yung kanilang public float. Okay? Yun yung reason kung bakit siya na-hold or nag-suspend. Okay? This was way back nung July pa yata. June, July, something. Okay. What type of business is SGP? I think nasagot ko naman na to siguro, no? If we buy FOO, will the stock start? Yes. Oo. Kasi yun yung reason kung bakit siya kung bakit siya mag-FOO para maging tradable ulit. Kailan yung mangyayari? On the listing date. Can anyone buy this FOO? Yes, anyone can. Should we hold some shares of SGP to buy? No. Etong part na to, this is SRO, no? That is stock rights offer. Pero for FOO, no need. Kahit wala kang hawak, may hawak, you can still buy it. Nasagot ko na rin to. Is the FOO offering this common or preferred? Common siya, no? Common share ni SGP. Okay? Common share ni SGP siya. Who is the 60%? Kung ano, good question. Hindi ko alam. Saan ba nakalagay? Hindi, doon kay call na lang. Baka hindi nakalagay eh. Ayun. Ay, hindi. Revenue model lang yan. Ayan, ownership. So, ayan. Okay. So, Taipan Holdings. Wait lang Mukhang i-ano ko pa to I-analyze ko pa. Hindi lang nailagay no kung ilan. Hindi. Para lang hindi lang tayo magtagal, no? But yeah, you can screenshot this one. So, 40% kay ayun. So, 40% is a State Grid International Development Limited. Tapos, paghahatian ito ni Monte de Oro ng Taipan at saka Kalaka Pacifica. Pacifica. Okay, tama. For the 30%. So, medyo mahirap. Nalito din ako, di ba? Ayan. What else? Reverse, hindi, wag na muna yan. Yung anong puno muna SGP yung titignan ko ngayon For those na merong hawak, what would be the best action exist? Should they buy FOO? Okay, ganito, no? If you are going long, ibig sabihin long term, then you must you must buy the FOO kasi kailangan mo magpababa ng average price. Okay? It's a must. I would tell you that. Kasi ang laki nung presyo mo. 395 ka Tapos biglang bibigyan ka ng tapos may 12, di ba? So it has to really move. Okay? Kung meron. Kung wala, then yun, yung sinabi ko kanina, it will be a play, no? Yung disparity play lang na yun. Again, that will be high risk, high reward. Very short term lang talaga siya. Can you share po or where to get it? Sure. Hindi yan, by the way, it's from the prospectus, okay? Para disclosure, I think here. Hindi yan. Eto. Saan siya? Teka. Or I can just... ito. This is from Synergy Grid Philippines. Let me... ilagay ko na lang siya dun sa sa stream natin. Yan. Nasaan ka man. So that is the prospectus. Okay. Next. Have you participated in low traded value stock FOO na may huge differences? I haven't. Hindi ko pa natatry. No. You can siguro you can what you can do there is just kumbaga experiment, no? Ganun na lang ang gawin ninyo. Kung halimbawang you're just interested, experiment lang, no? Something na hindi naman ganun kabigatan na kung mag-drop yung presyo. Just for you to see what will happen. 'Di ba? Kasi again, there's I can see some potential in it. Yun nga lang, syempre, as I mentioned, high risk, high reward. No? So just mga, let's say if you have I don't know, kasi relative yung relative yung capital di ba? For some, 10,000 will be okay na to lose, pero for some masyado nang malaki yon, di ba? So mahirap magsabi ng nung kung magkano, no? So basta ang magiging ko lang dito, ang magiging suggestion ko lang dito or advice basically is invest the amount that you can afford to lose. Okay? Pag pinasok niyo dito, isipin niyo na lose na 'yon. Okay? So ganon. Again, that is just for experiment. Okay? Kasi I haven't really seen this one before. How po kaya ang trading price range ng SGP once it lifted on the listing date? Hindi ko alam. Will market base it on the previous trade or it will erase and back to 12 pesos po? It may go back to 12 pesos pero medyo unlikely din siya, no? Kasi imagine, mas marami pa rin kasi yung may hawak. Ay hindi, kasi konti lang palang may hawak kasi 0.25 lang yung public float. So, konti lang ang may hawak ng shares na SGP. Which means, anything can happen really. No? Pwede niyang i-disregard yung 400 pesos na market price and trade at around 12 pesos. Possible yon. Kasi konti lang yung may hawak diba? Okay. Bakit? Yun yung hindi ko alam. Trip nila Yun yung nakita nila. That is the question for the book runner and the company. No? I'm not sure if they have mentioned it. Hindi yata nila dinisclose kung ano yung naging criteria nila. No? SGP, highly likely that the fall pressure will be removed. Don't worry kasi it has been removed. Let me show you. I remember it at page 81. Ito pala yan. So kasi tinry din kasi nilang i-address, no? So sabi nila dito, there is a disparity between the offer price of the share's last traded price, no, versus the FOO price nila, no? And because of that, blah 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 blah, pero ito yan. The PSE issued a letter dated October 22 lifting the lower end of the price threshold. Yan. So, di ba meron tayong threshold na 50% on the ceiling tapos 30% on the flooring. Ang nilift nila is the lower end. So, wala na yung 30%. At least, I think only on day 1. Only on day 1. Okay, I could be wrong pero as far as I know hindi na kasi pwedeng tanggalin yung yung flooring ng matagal. So I think it's only on day 1. Okay, so ayan. Nababasa 'yun with SGP holding suspension, what does PSE allow SGP to offer? What does PSE? Okay. I think I know what you mean. Medyo naguluhan lang ako doon sa question mo, no? Pero, again, ulitin ko, the reason why SGP is offering the FOO is to be listed back. para makabalik yung listing. Yun yung reason. Okay? Which means, on the FOO listing date, yung listing niya will be resumed. Okay? And doon mo na siya matitrade on the listing date itself. Okay? Sabi ni Anonymous, NGP is also owned by State Grid Corporation of China, 60%. Yeah, nabasa ko to, no? Part talaga siya, yes. Pero yung 60%, yun yung hindi ko lang sure, ha? Hindi ko sigurado tong part na to. If they are the one owning the 60%. Pero I think hindi naman. Baka may part, no? Okay. A-avail ba? Ayun nga, as I mentioned kanina, it's too complicated, no? Hindi pa ako ganun ka-convinced to play. Pero if in case I did, or in case I do, then it will most likely be for experiment purposes only. Which means, maliitan lang yan, no? Yan. Okay, it's already 9 p.m. So I think siguro ano na muna tayo. Stop na muna tayo with SGP. I think na share ko na karamihan and nasagot ko na karamihan ng mga questions ninyo. Ayan. Okay. In case na you are watching this on the recording and may question pa kayo about SGP, please, place nyo lang yung mga comment ninyo sa comment section or yung mga questions ninyo on the comment section and I'll try to answer them. Okay? But for now, let's go back dun sa ating regular programming. So, let's see here. Bilisan ko na to. Anonymous thoughts on Frutas Holdings. Hindi ko pa alam. Hindi ko minomonitor si Frutas, so I have no clue. If you are referring to the technicals, please check the yung ito. Questions natin, Q&A natin, ha? Sorry. Yung stock request, doon na lang siya. Reversal na kaya si MRC. Let's place it on the stock request. Okay, SGP listing date, kindly make example of ceiling and flooring price. Well, at hindi ko na sabing 395 kasi butal eh. 400 na lang. So 50% of 400 is 200. That means the ceiling price of SGP could be 600 pesos on the listing date. Okay? And then there is no flooring price dahil lifted siya ni PSE. Tuloy po ba extension payment for ALLDAY? Yes. Inulat talaga, no? It was announced kanina, no? So until tomorrow, until tomorrow yung mga hindi pa nakapagbayad doon sa mga nag-subscribe sa PSEEC. Okay? Pero remember, ang payment na itatanggapin is until 12 noon lang tomorrow and then PNB branch. Okay? So kung nasa call or FMS kayo, hindi na po. You have to go to PNB branch para magbayad. Any YouTube channel for crypto that you usually visit, local or international? Meron ako isa eh. Shoots. I'll try to find the name, ha. Nakalimutan ko, hindi ko siya maalala ngayon. Will Keeper resume trading and what price kaya? Yun ang hindi ko pa alam. No. And to be honest, hindi ko pa nasusundan si Keeper. I know that it has been suspended pero hanggang dun pa lang yung alam ko. Okay. So now we are on the live polls. Ayan. Again guys, no, teka ha. So that ends muna no yung ating Q&A. So I hope na nasagot ko karamihan ng mga tanong ninyo. Saan yan? Okay. Yan. So eto na siya. Ay. Wala, nalogout ako. Loko to. Let me try to go back in. Baka yun yung reason kaya hindi ako nakapag-click kanina doon. Ay, nako. Anyways, hanapin ko na lang siya ulit. Ayan. So before we start, no, let me place yung link. Asan na yung link ko? Kung gusto ninyong mag-vote nung inyong stock code or stock request. Ayan. So I am posting it sa ating comment section. So you can check it out. Nice. Okay. So, ayan. Sige. Let us proceed. Teka ha. Kasi minsan nawawala eh. So, hindi pa naman deactivated. Okay. So, post lang kayo ha. Teka. Inom na ako saglit ha. Mabilis lang. Wait lang. Okay. So, while waiting, no, by the way, I'll be closing or I'll be deactivating the poll mamaya-mayang konti. Okay? Kasi para hindi na siya mag-move. Okay? So, ayun. Remember ha, everything that we talk about here are not recommendation. Hindi po ito reco. Okay? I just offer you my thought, my sentiment, my opinion, no? As part of your research. Hanggang doon lang, research pa rin. Remember, ikaw pa rin yung pipindot ng buy or sell button. So please, think before you click. And of course, if you find this session helpful, ayan. So if you find this session helpful, please consider following our social media accounts. Lalo na sa YouTube, mamaya, dun sa mga hindi nakaabot or naputol or something, dun sa naging-discussion natin about SGP or any other topics that we've had, I'll be posting the timestamp mamaya. Okay? Para you can follow along. Okay? Kung gusto nyo reviewin ito. At the same time, kung halimbawa man kaya nyong maghintay, okay lang. Pero siguro kahit tomorrow nyo siya ulit reviewin. No? Which is totally fine kasi nandoon lang naman yung timestamp. Ayan. And also, no, regardless kung nasa Facebook or YouTube kayo, please consider sharing the stream. Baka mas marami pa tayong matulungan. Okay? Yan. And eto. So, again, I am a swing trader. No? Time frame ko is several days or sometimes a few weeks. There are times umabot ako ng years. Okay, ganun yung ganun yung time frame ko. Okay? Now, if you are a siguro short-term trader, day trader, scalper, then I'm sorry to tell you but this is not for you. Pero you can still tune in para makita mo kung anong ginagawa ng mga swing traders, no? For reference purposes. Okay? Next. Wala na nga pala yan. Okay. Let me go back. Yan. So we have about 59. Okay, kita ko rin yan dito. Ayan. Yan. Okay. So we have 60. Ayan, nakikita nyo naman kung ano ang mga stock, yung mga nire-request ng mga kasama natin. Ayan. Pero mas gusto kong tingnan kasi dito dahil kita ko na yung yung number of votes. Ika nga. Okay. Sige. So, quick lang, CR break, mabilis lang. And then pagbalik ko, I'll be deactivating the yung polling. Okay? So we could start. Saglit lang. Okay, so I am now back. Teka ha. Naririnig pa ba ako? Hello? Hello, test mic. Ayun, okay pa. Gumagana pa yung microphone ko. Kala ko nawala eh. Yan. Okay, sige. Now with this one, no, we have 63 votes and I'll be deactivating the poll. Yan. So wala na po, close na po yung poll natin ha. Hindi na kayo makakapag-vote in. And with that, I'll be, yan. Uy, biglang naungusan ni APC MONDE ah. Sige. Let me try invest ah. And then Loading the charts. Ayan. Expand natin siya. Let's go. Unahin ko muna, AP. Ayan. Okay, so si AP, no? Ang ganda ng movement ni AP in the past. No? And umarangkada na siya from the 30 peso na support line. Ang range ko sa ngayon ay nasa 30 hanggang, actually, I can move it na here. Kasi masyado ng matagal na yung yung magkano to? Yung 33 pesos. Ayan. My new range right now is 30 pesos hanggang 34.18. Okay? And with the stock trading at around 31 pesos, down siya kanina, no? For me, this is a hold. No? This is a hold kasi ginitnaan niya yung yung range ko, no? 30 hanggang 34. Kung meron akong hawak na AP, I'll hold. No? Hold lang muna ako sa kanya. And then I'll set my cut loss. I think kaya pa naman tong 30 pesos. Yeah. Less than 5%. Okay? Doon sa mga nagtatanong, no, my personal threshold sa baba, my cut loss is maximum of 5%. Okay? While yung minimum ko na take profit or upside para ma-consider ko siya na worth it, no? Worth ng time ko is at least 15%. Okay? So, ayan. Ayan. While kung wala naman akong hawak na AP, anong gagawin ko? Then, let's see, no? Definitely, I'll be waiting for this to drop. Hihintayin ko siya na mag-drop. At around 30 pesos pa rin. Ang 30 pesos ba, is this enough for the 15%? Mukhang hindi pa pala. Okay. So, if that's the case, kasi after 30 pesos, ang next ko na sa kanya is itong 29 eh. Actually, hindi 29. 28.75. Or 28.80? Yeah, 28.80 pala. Around that area. No? Which means that ang aabangan ko sa kanya is not anymore the 30 pesos, but 28.80. No? Yung drop dyan. Or alternatively, kung hindi man siya mag-drop and magtuloy-tuloy na breakout, then of course, breakout play. No? And as you know, my breakout play is basically, I'm not buying on the breakout, but on the pullback. No? So, pullback from 34.18. MONDE. Ang grupo niya na MONDE, WLCON, and Converge, and ASEN, no, nagkaroon siya ng magandang pullback in the past. Which is this. So, maganda yung naging movement ni MONDE, no, in a sense na grabe yung lipad niya. Diba? Pero recently, I think this one started nung tama ba? Kailan pa nag-start yung decline ni MONDE? I know it's September 28, pero I'm trying to recall kung ano yung catalyst, no? Which brought the stock down. Hindi ko maalala. But anyways, ayan. Sige. So, since dropping si MONDE sa ngayon, wala. Waiting game pa rin ako. No? Waiting game pa rin sa kanya. Kasi, yung major resistance sa kanya ngayon is 17 pesos. Okay? Kung meron akong hawak na MONDE sa ngayon, I'll wait. No? Sorry, let me repeat that. Kung meron akong hawak na MONDE, siguro I'll hold muna, no, for the meantime. Pero I'll be very, very cautious about 15 pesos. Kasi I think yun na yung next na support eh. No? Around 15 pesos. Ang magiging, kumbaga, yung wish ko for MONDE, no, is for it to break. It has to break 17 pesos. Otherwise, mahihirapan siya and baka mag-drop pa siya lalo. Okay? So sana mag-breakout siya. Kasi if it does break out, then pwede na siya, no? Baka makabalik na siya dun sa previous good trend niya, ika nga. Okay? Next, WLCON. Yan. Parang kay MONDE, same din tong kay WLCON, no? Pero etong maganda kay WLCON, no? Despite the fact na nag-drop yung presyo niya, sumakto siya doon sa sa 38.2 na FIBO level, no? At around 2780. So with this one, kung meron akong hawak na WLCON, no, I'll hold. Okay? I'll hold, pero I'll watch out. Okay? I'll monitor itong 2780. It has to hold. Okay? Importante na mag-hold yan. Kasi kung hindi, then the next potential support is 2345 na. No? Kasi pag nabutas yan, ito na yung kasunod na support. Kaya sana mag-hold and then mag-rally. Kung wala akong hawak na WLCON, I think it is a good nasa good buying area na siya right now. Between 2780 hanggang 2950. Yun yung magiging parang pinaka-buying area ko kay WLCON. With that, 2980 is or 2950 pala, sorry. Not bad. No. Range or sorry, upside of about 18%. Okay. Next, SECB. Interesting. Okay, nice. Potential ano pala to, no? Swing play din tong kay SECB. I'm adjusting it here. Yeah. Okay. So, for SECB, no, range ko sa kanya is between 104 hanggang 126. And kanina, halos dumikit na siya dun sa 126 na resistance level. Pero, medyo umurong ng konti. Okay? So, well, that's normal, no? Pero yun nga lang, syempre, ingat dahil etong 126 na to, it is a major resistance. Okay? Which can affect yung presyo. Baka mag-drop yan. Okay? Baka kasi magkauntugan. Katulad ng nangyari dito. Diba? After niyang dumikit dito, nag-drop. Although maganda yung dalawang kasunod na candle, pero still, no? So, kung meron akong hawak na SECB, I'll hold. Okay? I'll hold. Pero, ang candle tomorrow and on Wednesday will be critical. Okay? Why? Kasi kung halimbawa tomorrow magbigay siya sa akin ng red candle, I would consider that as untog ulit. No? Untog ulit. Which means, I'll sell. Okay? Now, kung halimbawa, wala naman akong hawak na SECB, anong gagawin ko? Then, I'll wait. No? Hintayin ko. Either, I'll wait for the stock to go down, nasa around 104 hanggang 107 price point, or breakout. No? Hopefully, mag-breakout. And then again, breakout play ko is waiting for the pullback to happen before ako pumasok. Next, BSC. Si BSC, major pullback kanina. Yan. So, breakout siya nung nakaraan, pullback, tapos rally, tapos medyo ano tawag ito? Indecisiveness, ngayon drop or pullback ulit, no? Ang pinakalaban ni BSC ngayon is etong MA200. 'Di ba? Every time, no? So twice na nangyari na dumikit siya dun sa MA200 and then na push back siya nung MA200. Okay? So, kung halimbawa, no, meron akong hawak na BSC, at the meantime, I'll hold, no? Kasi itong 0.69 na to, I think na magandang resistance. Magandang support siya for BSE. Pero pag ito nagkaroon ng red candle tomorrow, nag-close siya below 0.69, matic cut loss na ako doon. Okay. Kung wala naman akong hawak na BSE, then is 0.69 a good price point? I would say yes, it is a good price point. However, very tight na yan, no? Very tight. Okay. How about the upside? Kasi yung next resistance ko is again itong MA200. Sumakto naman siya, nasa 0.8, no? So, from here to here is about, 16%, no? So, again, very tight. Very, very tight itong si BSE. Okay. Next. WLCON, tapos na. GMA7. Naka-move na ba si GMA or stock up pa rin? Ayun, medyo may movement na siya kahit paano, no? Yan. Although, nasa 1470 pa rin yung support ko, there's an additional support kasi dito. Itong KMA50. Okay? So, kita natin, no? Ang ganda nung salo ni MA50 sa kanya. Nagkaroon ng retest several times, pero hindi na break yung MA50. Which tells me na ito yung main support niya. Or at least ito yung additional support niya on top of the 1470. Okay? And kanina nag-close siya at magkano? 15 pesos. Okay? So kung meron akong hawak na GMA7, I'll hold muna. Hold lang muna ako. I'll set my cut loss at magkano ba to? Teka ha. Say 15 eh. Okay, kaya naman pala. 1430. No? Hanggang 1430. Yun yung magiging cut loss point ko. Kung wala naman akong hawak na GMA7, then, teka ha. Ang lapit na kasi siya masyado eh. Yun lang yung worry ko dito, no? Masyado siyang malapit dun sa resistance. Magkano? 1622. And that is only ilan na lang. Late na lang kasi ng upside eh. So for me, it's not anymore a worthy risk, no? Given na malapit lang din siya sa support. What I would rather do is wait for GMA7 to break. To break out, no? Breakout play na lang yung aabangan ko sa kanya. Kasi, how about this one? Kung halimbawa bumalik siya ng 1430, wala ganun pa rin eh. Maliit pa din eh. So, siguro ang dasal na lang natin pare-parehas will be this one. Breakout na lang. Para kung sakasakali, makapasok on the pullback. Next. AGI. Okay. Si AGI kasi naka sideways pa to. So waiting game for AGI. Ang interesting dito na part is ito, no? At 1086 ginitnaan na naman niya yung range ko. 965 hanggang 1220. Okay? So yung part na yon, gitna eh. Kung meron akong hawak na AGI, I'll hold. Okay? Pero kung wala akong hawak na AGI, I'll wait. Hintay ko yung drop niya dito. Now, you might be wondering, no, how about itong golden cross dito? Okay? So again, no, this is a valid golden cross. However, I don't see it as an impactful na golden cross. Why? Kasi kung mapapansin natin itong MA50, no? Itong MA50 is just doing a sideway. Okay? And kapag sideways kasi yung isang moving average, parang nano-neutralize siya. No? Kasi there's no movement eh. Yung slower moving average na lang yung parang gagawa ng movement para sa kanya. And it should not be that. It should not be the case, no? For a golden cross or death cross. Dapat yung faster moving average talaga yung gumagawa ng movement. para makita natin na impactful siya. Okay? And how do we do that, or how do we know that? Kapag yung faster moving average is nagsa-sideways din. Nagko-flat out. No? Just like what's happening here kay AGI. Okay? Yan. Kung wala nga pala akong hawak, so I'll be waiting sa 960. BPI. Interesting. Kung wala pa akong andito. So, range ko is, sideways pa pala to. Yeah. Sideways pa tong si BPI, no? Range ko is between 77 hanggang 100. Pero, kung papansinin natin, there is this clear, no? Yan. Clear range itong part na to. Pero maliit lang to. Kaya hindi rin ako, less than 15% eh. So, hindi pa siya ganun ka-clear to trade, no? Kasi not all stocks, or pagdating sa technical kasi, sa TAs, or technical analysis, just because you were able to spot it on the bottom or on the support, ibig sabihin, you can trade it na agad. You have to consider also yung upside mo, no? Maganda nga yung pasok mo sa baba, pero ang liit naman pala ng upside mo, then sayang lang, no? I would rather go to another stock na may magandang upside. Okay? So, kung meron akong hawak na BPI, since sideways pa lang din siya, then hold lang muna ako. Pero kung wala akong hawak na BPI, tapos magpapasok pa lang ako for the first time, or for the first time, then I would rather wait for this to happen. Hintayin ko siyang mag-drop. No? Preferably 77.45. Drop here, tapos bounce. No? And then dito ako papasok, let's say, for a potential play na ganito. Okay? Again, swing. That is the classic swing setup. Next, after that, we have Converge. Yan. Si Converge, maganda yung movement niya kanina, 388. Kaso nga lang, I still think na itong 38.2 na FIBO level, which is nasa 32.45. I think yan pa rin yung magiging major resistance, no? Ni Converge sa ngayon. Okay? Kung meron akong hawak na Converge, siguro I'll be waiting for the next candle tomorrow. If hindi pa rin niya kinaya na i-break itong 32.45 tomorrow, then I might consider taking profit. Kahit partial, no? Taking profit partially. Kung wala naman akong hawak na Converge, then I'll wait. No? Hintayin ko to. Either drop here or breakout. And then same play. No? I'll be waiting for the pullback to happen before I enter. SCC. Wala pa. Ano pa to? Tawag ito? Waiting game pa tong kay SCC. No? Kasi yung range ko ngayon sa kanya is between patang haba nito. Akala ko naka-FIBO ko, hindi pala. Nick. Okay. Yan. Range ko is 24 pesos hanggang 33. 24 to 33, no? Yun yung range ko. And ngayon kasi ginitnaan na naman niya eh. So nasa 27.50. Which means for me it's a hold, no? Kung meron akong hawak na SCC, I'll hold na lang muna and then see what will happen next. Kung wala naman, then I'll have to wait. I'll be waiting here again, no? Kung nasaan yung support ko, doon lang lagi ako mag-aabang. And then on the support, I'll be waiting for the pullback. No, yung bounce. Okay? Once there is a bounce, hopefully, no, magtuloy-tuloy siya. Okay? Okay. Ang galing ko na to. Yan. So, etong si ABA, no, mukhang papalapit na siya ulit doon sa 120. Papalapit siya doon sa 120. So, baka ano to. Ganito, no? Kung meron akong hawak na ABA, I'll monitor, no? Hihintayin ko to, yung 120 na to. Kasi baka magkaroon ng untugan dyan. Kapag nagkaroon ng untugan, actually nga, even nga, hindi mo na ganito, no? Whenever you are reaching the resistance, you don't have to touch the resistance para mag-drop. Same thing on the support, no? Hindi mo kailangan na talagang lumapit ng gusto doon sa support para masabi na bounce. It would really depend doon sa magiging next candles. Okay? Now, with ABA here, technically, we can consider this even etong part na to. Ay, sorry. Kahit ito, pwede na ma-consider yan as as untog no? Pero since medyo bago pa lang tong red candle na to dito, then I'll be waiting na. Tingnan ko yung mga next succeeding ones kung kaya pa ba niya. Okay? Siguro when the stock drops, mag-close siya siguro mga around less than 113, then I'll take profit. No, take profit na ako dito. Okay? Now, what else? Here's something interesting, no, for ABA. See this MA, yung mga moving average. Tanggalin ko na muna ito, ha. MA 200, very rare itong mangyari, no? Wherein the MA 200, which is the red moving average, and the blue moving average, which is the MA 50, magsasama sila, no? And when that happens, expect that yung mga moving average na yon will be doing a pretty good either support or resistance para dun sa stock. Okay? And at the moment kay ABA, mukhang yun yung nagiging support niya, no? Ayan, no? Primarily MA 200, pero since sumama na dito si MA 50, ayan. Okay, next. EMC. Guys, ganito since it's already 9:30, no? I'll select last 3 na lang po muna, ha? Last 3 na lang after DMC, tapos let's conclude today. Kasi magluluto pa. Gutom na rin. Okay? Ayan. For DMC, ayan. As we know, maganda yung naging movement ni DMC in the past. And yung dalawang drop na nakikita natin dito, itong dalawang drop na to, this was caused by the X-date, no, kay DMC. Since nagbigay siya ng magandang dividend, no. So on the X-date, nag-drop yung presyo, and now it is slowly rallying naman. Okay? Now, this 9 pesos will still be a major resistance para dito kay DMC. Okay? So watch out for this one kung may hawak ako, no. Kung halimbawa tomorrow close pa rin siya below 9 pesos, I'll take profit. Okay, kahit partial. Pero kung halimbawa mag-break yan, then syempre hold na. Antayin na lang kung ano yung mga next na movement. Kung wala naman akong hawak na DMC, so same thing, no? I'll be waiting for the stock to drop, or kung hindi man siya mag-drop, then again, breakout play. Okay, now last 3. Pili na lang muna ako, ha, kasi hindi ko kayang capture lahat. So pili ako. O nga, no, hindi na nasa dulo si ASEN, pero sige, I'll take ASEN. I'll take fruit kasi naalala ko may nagtanong na ito kanina. And then I'll take CLI, no? So again, ASEN, CLI, and fruit. Okay? Unahin ko na muna si fruit. Etong si Fruit, ang range ko sa kanya is between 1 peso hanggang 1.47 or technically 150, no? Pwede na rin siya at 150. And right now, since it is trading at 134, kumbaga yung trading band niya is nasa higher end, no, nung range. And if that's the case, kung meron akong hawak, I'll hold. Okay? Pero I'll set my cut loss level at around, teka ha, tingnan ko kung kaya pa niya on the 125. Medyo lumalaki na, no? Pero yeah, I think 125 will be the cut loss, no? Cut loss level. Kung wala naman akong hawak na fruit, then siguro kung ganito naman yung itsura niya, I'll wait na lang. Wala, ano pa to eh. I can catch fruit siguro when it drops. I think masyado nang malalim yung piso, no? Siguro I would catch it here. At around 115 man lang. Okay? So, I'll wait for the bounce and then yun yung pwede ko maging point of entry. Next, CLI. CLI, ayun. So, mukhang naglalaro pa rin siya, no? Dito sa range na to. Between 280 hanggang 330. Okay? And kita na natin tong si ano, no? MA200, sumama na rin dun sa ano. Sumama na rin dun sa support. So, that's an added, kumbaga added bonus, no? Kumbaga added conviction para dun sa stock. Especially if you're just referring to TAs, no? Technical analysis lang yung basis natin. Then, when two support join together, mas malakas na siya. Okay? So, hopefully, no? Kaya niyang magbigay ng full support dun sa stock. Kung wala naman akong hawak na CLI, then siguro I'll wait for a few more candle kasi ang problema ko lang dito is kumusta yung upside. Manipis kasi yung upside eh. No? So siguro I'll wait to drop. Kung hindi man niya abutin itong part na to, no? Then next is ito na. Potential breakout play na lang. Okay? And then last but not the least, we have ASEN. Ayan. So just like what we have discussed kina Converge, WLCON kanina, no, and MONDE, yung magandang movement niya was really ang ganda ng rally, no? And unfortunately after that rally, ito yung ina-anticipate ko na sabi ko I need ASEN to drop, no, para makapagpahinga siya. And I'm glad it did. Yun nga lang, syempre nakakapanghinayang din dahil maraming naipit, no, doon sa 13. Umabot pa ng 13 almost, no. And then ngayon it's na umabot pa nga rin siya ng hanggang 10 pesos, no, 10.70 na level. Ayan. Okay, so kung meron akong hawak na ASEN at the moment, hold lang muna ako dyan. Range ko will be ito, 10 pesos hanggang 13 pesos. That is a good 30% upside. Okay? Since nasa 11.36 siya, gitna, alam niyo na, hold lang talaga yan. Kung wala naman akong hawak na ASEN, then again, same thing, I'll wait there or there. No? Either of the two. Kung saan siya unang mapupunta. Okay? So, ayan. Yun guys, hanggang dito lang muna tayo, no? Medyo it's a good 1.5, almost 2 hours na session. I hope you have learned something, no? And again, dun sa mga kaka-tune in pa lang, hindi nakaabot, don't worry, I'll be posting yung timestamp maya-maya. Okay? Just check on the YouTube channel, dun sa YouTube video. I'll be posting yung timestamp sa description. Okay? So that you can check it out. Okay? Once again, maraming salamat everyone for tuning in. I hope you have learned something, and as usual, good luck sa inyong mga trading. Bye guys!